So now we're down to the question answering portion of your interview. That's when they ask you questions. And I'm okay with that. What I want you to do is start asking them questions. You know you apply for the job, and if it was on Craigslist, or it was in the newspaper, or if it was in Indeed, wherever you found this job that you're applying for, and you get the interview, so you want to become an interviewer. You've already been interviewed. They asked you 50 million questions. Now you should pull out your little sheet of paper. Come here, regular notebook piece of paper. That can be handwritten. Write down the questions you have for the company. And you say, well, what kind of questions? How long has this company been in existence? What's the chain of command? Should I be selected for this position? What would be my responsibilities? What's the hours? What's the pay? Is it paid holiday? How long do I have to work before I get a vacation? You say, well, wow, you ain't got the job yet. That's what you're asking these questions with the premise that you believe you had a job. And you should practice anyway. You might go on a job interview, and the job that you applied for, you realize once you're sitting in front of this lady, oh, I can't work here. I done did that before too. I can't work here. I already knew I couldn't. I thanked them. I didn't know that I couldn't work there until I went through the interview and I started asking questions. Don't take a job that somebody else could benefit from when you know you don't want it. You're not qualified. You just don't want to work. Whatever your situation is, when you decide to say yes to an employer, you have already asked all the right questions and you're sure this is something you want to do. If you don't want to work 11 to 7, why apply for a job that's 11 to 7? Okay, let's say you didn't see the time when you looked at it. When you read the ad, you didn't see the time. Okay, that's fine. But now that you know it's 11 to 7, do you really want to be home at 11 o'clock at night, or do you want to be working at 11 o'clock? See, it depends on your preference. My concern is not what you choose. My concern is that you only choose what is your expertise, something that you love doing, something that you do. Because if you choose to do babysitting and you hate children, the kid's gonna be right. Okay, you understand what I'm saying. So glad you got that. So as you becoming the interviewer, people know. They know if you got stuff on your mind. You might not be in a bad mood, but you just might have so much on your mind till you're trying to sort it out so you can have some rest. People notice that. They can't tell you what it is, but they notice it. So make sure you get a good night's rest on your way to the interview. Make sure you've gone over your notes so that you can see what not to do. You already know what you did. Write it down, look at it. Then you're going to go back to your hygiene. Go back to your appearance. You could have good hygiene and still your appearance be messed up, or vice versa. You could have on a very, very nice suit or very, very nice dress and heels, but you smell. That's all a part of being an interview, because employers don't want to hire people that are not going to fit into their workplace. And if everybody in the workplace is clean and take baths and you don't take them, you don't put deodorant on, you're not going to fit in the workplace because you're going to stink.
Follow the lead of the people who already have the job that you want. For instance, if you're applying at a place where people are wearing suits, wear a suit. If they are wearing business casual, like a blouse and a skirt, wear something similar.
So I know I'm going over it, but it's because so many employers have the same complaints about people that want jobs. They late, they stink, they don't brush their teeth. And this is not everybody. I'm not saying this generally. No. I'm just saying these are some of the complaints that I have heard when it comes to hiring people. Nobody wants to hire somebody that's going to be late. It's your interview. You need a job, and you show up the day after the interview. Tell me, I thought it was yesterday. It happens. You can't go to an interview and eat food all in your mouth. You start talking, food starts spitting out your mouth because it's caught in your teeth because you didn't brush your teeth before you went into the interview. You ate right sitting in the car, 5 minutes to go. And interviewers are just like you. They're people. And just like you can look at somebody and you can make a judgment call on that somebody, whether you know them or not. It's called life. We all do it. Everybody does it. We look at somebody and we think something. That's a judgment call. Whether whatever you think is true or not is irrelevant. Whether what you think or not is right or wrong, irrelevant. The mere fact that you looked at somebody and thought something about that person means you made a judgment call. And if you made a judgment call just in a, like a passing fleeing, guess what? When you're on that interview, you're making a judgment call. And so is a prospective employer. Both of you are looking at each other and saying, will this work? Can this go together? Well, what do they bring to the table? Because the employer wants to know what you bring to the table, and you want to know what they're going to put on the table. So it evens itself out in the long run. You just have to be willing to prepare. Make sure you got your notes. Make sure you have your questions. Make sure that when you walk in that door, your level of confidence is at 1,000. You walk in that door with the biggest smile you can muster. A sincere smile, not a fake one. I'm happy to be here. Hi, thank you so. Did I speak to you on the phone? Oh, you have such a good phone voice. But let me tell you this. My administrator can get me to do stuff that nobody else can get me to do. She can just, it's her mannerism. It's her, I believe she's just anointed to handle me. That's what I believe. I believe that God knows me. He knows me. And he's given me staff that can handle me.